Wrapping things up here on a crossover Thursday episode of Locked On Eagles and Locked On Bucs. And of course, crossover Thursday is presented by PrizePicks. Go to prizepicks.com/LockedOnNFL and use code LockedOnNFL, all lowercase, to win $50 instantly when you play $5. Gino, this is the third time that these two teams have met within the last calendar year. This is the rubber match. You know, I did this with Matt Derry of Locked On Lions. The Lions were 2-0 heading into that game. This one between the Bucs and Eagles, it's 1-1. Let's see who is able to come away victorious and win the series 2-1, I guess we should say. So if it's going to be the Eagles, what are the three things that they have to do in order to get this road win at Raymond James Stadium?
I've been holding off on this one, and this is number one through and through. There was a moment last year where Todd Bowles created a paradigm shift in Philadelphia where Jalen Hurts had no answers against the blitz. This year, he's been exceptional, and I think it has to come after that game against Tampa where they blitzed him to death. Number one, understand the blitz is coming and have all the answers. Number two, like I mentioned with Jalen Hurts, put a stop to the turnovers. You're the quarterback. Lead by example. When you're good, you're a top 5 quarterback in terms of EPA per drop back. You put this team in a position to succeed week in and week out. You have to go and lead by example. You can't continue to turn the ball over. Number 3, just run the damn ball. It's so easy. You have the best running back in football right now with the best offensive line. Even when the right side of that line went out of that game, it did not miss a beat. And if you're without your top 2 weapons on the outside, you have to play the songs that hit. And it's the Eagles' run game, no matter what. Go down to Tampa and control the clock. It's probably going to be a hot, humid environment right after the hurricane rolls through there. Control the clock. Make that Tampa defense tired. Take care of the football. When we say these 3 keys each week, I'm like, it's so simple. Why don't they just execute these? This seems like an easy thing not to turn the ball over, to have answers against the blitz and to control the clock. But that's why you play it. It's a week in, week out league. We know that. Patrick Mahomes isn't his full self yet. The Bengals are 0-3. Minnesota's 3-0. Who knows anything at this current point in time? You have to be self-aware, know yourself, do the things that work best.
Yeah, Sam Darnold, Justin Fields, 3-0. We're living in the upside down, Gino.
It doesn't make any sense at all, this league.
None of it
makes this job fun, because you come here 5 days a week and you're like, oh, day 6, I don't know what's going to happen on that 6th day.
Yeah, it's nothing makes sense, and that's why we love the NFL, because every year there's something that happens that doesn't make any sense. What makes a lot of sense for the Buccaneers if they want to win this game? First, run the ball. I'm with you on both teams.
Yep.
Control the clock, establish the run. That's a big key for the Buccaneers. But if they're going to run the ball, they have to do it effectively. On the flip side, contain Saquon Barkley. If the Eagles are going to win this game, you have to force a weakened receiving core to step up and be the reason why. Force Jahan Dotson to be the playmaker.
Yep.
That's where the Bucs defense can really make some hay. And then finally, protect Baker Mayfield. The Eagles are going to get a heavy dose of Bucky Irving, who is one of the most elusive backs in the NFL without a lot of opportunity. Only 25 carries on the season, but he has 154 yards. He's averaging 4 yards a carry after contact. That is huge. The Bucs have to make sure that he is one of the focal points of this offense and really gets that run game going. Then you can bring in Rachaad White to hit him with a little bit more power than elusiveness like Bucky brings. Protecting Baker Mayfield. I mentioned it earlier. 1 sack in week 1. He's been sacked 12 times over the last 2 weeks. It is ruining what this offense is capable of because they haven't been able to protect Baker Mayfield. That can change if Luke Gedeke is good to go this week and make his return after missing the last 2 weeks with a concussion. And then you said it, Gino, Saquon Barkley is the best running back in the NFL right now. The Bucs are allowing the 8th most rushing yards per game in the NFL at 137.7. Most of those have come on the legs of Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix. They've been able to shut down some of these running backs. Also worth noting, the Eagles allow the 9th most at 134.7. But You have to contain Saquon Barkley and force Jalen Hurts to beat this defense with some average to below average receivers should A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith not play.
I think you hit it right on the head, and it's going to be a chess match because that's what the NFL is each week. How can we get, let's say, 75% of our guys, because of injuries, in the best position against a team that they're in the same position you are? Injuries are a thing that happen in the National Football League. They were an excuse for you the last time you went down to Tampa Bay. Oh, we don't have A.J. Brown. This thing has been terrible. We're got 9 losses in our last 10 or whatever that ridiculous number was. There's no more excuses. You have a bye week next week. You got to just play with your hair on fire. And I think Tampa, like you said, losing to Bo Nix, it's going to be a pissed off football team. I think it's going to be 2 football teams that realize, like you said, this could be a lot to play for, man. I mean, look at, you had to go on the road last year because of a tiebreaker to the Dallas Cowboys, and you don't win the division. So it'll be a good rubber match. I really don't know who's going to win. I still think it's going to be a 1-score game. The Eagles, that's all they play are 1-score football games. Could be coming down to the last drive like it has every single week, and that's how the Eagles are. They stress the hell out of me, and I'm sure the same way with the Bucs.